Hello, in this video I shall be demonstrating some of the normal functionality of the system that allows users to navigate and search within the Redthorn system and also run reports and export reports to CSV. This video will be useful in particular to brand new users of the Redthorn system and also users who wish to refresh their knowledge of some of the tricks and tips to navigating around the system. So I'm going to begin by logging into the system. This is done by clicking an icon on the desktop or from a browser if you're a software as a service user. I've logged in as myself and instantly I'm presented with a menu structure. I can navigate around that menu structure and use that to open forms or reports. F denotes a form, R denotes a report. I can search within the menu structure using the search facility at the top. I've done that for part and now I've just shrunk the menu structure. I can add favourites to the system, to my favourites folder. I've just removed one and I'm going to put it back in, part product maintenance, add to favourites off the right click, and there it's in the favourites menu. I've opened that up and now I'm going to demonstrate some of the search functionality. You can just type in a part number if you know it, hit return and it will return the data to the screen. I've cleared the screen using the clear button and this time I'm going to search using the keyword search. This searches across all elements of the list of data or the data list below. So I'm going to type in test. So I've typed in test and now I've refined the search by typing assembly and it's found every single part in the system that has the word test in it and the word assembly in it, or ASSY it was in fact. So now I'm going to load up a two-part or a three-part assembly. And just going to show a bit of functionality off the bottom here. On the bottom screens, on the bottom thumbnails, if you have a blue title, in this case job number, you can double click on it and it'll take you through to the corresponding screen for job number. So you can see I clicked on job number and it went through to the job number screen. I can also attach a file to any part in the system or any other area of the system, and in this case I've got some drawings, part number, test certs, etc. attached to the system. That's the paperclip button on the top. As I said, this button clears the screen. If I load that assembly again, the reset button is used under query mode. If I use the query mode in a second, I just clear the system. The query mode is an advanced search tool which allows you to search and bring back multiple records to the form. So I've put query mode on, I've put a query string in there, I've hit the tick button for starting the query mode, and now I can toggle through all the data that's returned to the form. This is actually better used in some of the other tabular type screens, and one of those in particular is material allocations. Here I've got a material code and I want to look for all the stainless steel 20 diameter materials, so I can do percentage SS. That gives me everything with an SS in, but I can go one beyond that and I can query it again and go $SS and then $20, and that will find me everything with SS in and everything with 20 in. So you can see that's given me that data set there. If I load my no, I'm not going to load the data up again. What I'm going to do is just show the toggle function. As you can see here, you can toggle between screens off the top menu structure, which is very useful if you've got multiple screens open. Load up DD again, and again on this form and all forms you have some buttons on the bottom, and you can run off those buttons into other forms. Here I've gone into the planning navigator, and again you can navigate through plans on the left hand menu structure, which will be shown in more detail in the planning video. Back up to the structure on the top, the menu on the top left. I also have a quick links function which will take me quickly through to other areas associated with the part screen. If I come out of here now, I'm going to run a report and show the very basic elements of running a report. So I'm just going to choose a component history report. And here, if you run the report without putting any data in, it'll return all data available to that report. So there's no default parameters in this other than a default job date, and it's run a full report for me. Now I'm just going to put some parameters in, so I'm going to clear the report form and I'm just going to run it for the same two-part assembly I've been doing previously. And now put the parameters in, run the report, and it will produce me a report just for that two-part assembly. If I want to export this data to CSV, there's a neat little trick for doing this. You can export it direct to Excel, but it comes out in the same format as the report. If I run it to CSV, it will appear in the screen like that. If I then Control A and then Control C, it'll cut it to the clipboard. If I then run Excel and right click in the top box, click Paste Special, choose Text, click OK, it'll put the date in a tabular format. That's a very neat trick for exporting data from our system, and that works for every single report into the system. Finally, I'm just going to go through some of the top menu options. Close some screens down first. So, firstly, there's some internal system information, which is for Redthorn use really. Then release will tell you what release we have. System information is system information. Who is in the system will give me a full listing of everyone who's in the system at that point in time. Print manual, user forum, activity calendar will give me a list of my activities, which will be covered in other training, but you can set reminders and tasks for yourself in the Redthorn system. And finally, you can change your profile, and here you can also change your password. And that's it. Lastly, always remember to log off from the system and free up the concurrent license that runs for our system.